Hello and welcome to part 10. You might want to share your riding experience with other people, so today we're going to talk about group rides and how to do them safely. You'll notice today I have other people appearing in my film, and I'd like to make one very important point immediately, that we're not actually friends, they just like me. Biking's a hugely sociable thing, and riding with your mates or going out as a group for a day somewhere can be great fun as long as you're all singing off the same hymn sheet. Here's my tips and advice as to what works for me to make sure that the day is safe and enjoyable. Give people plenty of notice about what you want to do, and then the night before all you have to do is check the weather, wing them all a text message and arrange a place to meet up and a time to leave. The time to leave is important, and when that time comes, then leave. Anyone who's late will either catch you up or they'll meet you where you're going. Tempers are going to get frayed if you're sitting around for half an hour waiting for someone who's changed their mind and decided not to go. You might not all live in the same area. Possibly someone might live on the way to where you're going, so if necessary you can arrange pick-up points on the way. Wherever you meet up, please remember our reputation. It hasn't been brilliant over the years, it's got a lot better, so let's keep it that way. This example here, a garage forecourt. Obviously be mindful of any traffic moving around the forecourt. Just tuck out the way somewhere nice and quiet. Don't sit there shouting abuse at your mate that you're meeting. Don't sit there revving up your engine to show the car drivers what a great bike you own. Slip in nice and quietly, behave yourself, and then as soon as you're ready to leave, we're on the way. Once we're all together then and ready to go, let's have a think about how we're going to ride together. Remember that this is an enjoyable day out, it's not a race, and there's the clue for your first rule, so don't overtake each other. If you start this, it will soon become a race, one way or the other I guarantee you it's going to end in tears. Also, let's have a think about who's on bike one, who's going to lead the ride. Again, pointless having someone that's on a massive sports bike, pulls out, makes the jump to light speed, never to be seen again, and I would suggest that you put your smaller bikes at the front. At some point, probably you're going to get split up, and it's going to be easier for the guys on the bigger bikes, much safer, for them to be doing catch-up rather than the people on the smaller bikes. Ideally, of course, whoever's riding bike one needs to know where you're going and how to get there. It's also a big benefit if it's someone sensible that's going to control the speed of the ride and keep it safe for you. Here's how it's done then to maximise your safety. On big open roads like this, we can stagger the position, which gives us better visibility and consequently better safety. Remember that bike one runs the ride, he needs to be able to see, so him and the odd number bikes will move out to a position where the right hand wheels of the cars are, slightly to the off side of the lane. Bike 2 and the even numbers, they move into the near side of the lane, the left hand wheel position of where the cars are. Well, that all sounds simple enough. In a minute we'll talk about when those positions need to change. For now, have a look at this clip of film on the approach to a junction, and you can see how the positioning works. It gives me excellent view. Look at the speed, the distance, the timing and the visibility that we've all got from this position. Remember that we always give up position for safety, and here's one of those times. As soon as I see the large lorry, I reduce my speed, giving the rider ahead of me lots of room and lots of time to safely move away to the near side, and then once it's cleared, he can move back out and I can increase my speed again. With the money I got from my birthday, I've paid all these people to pretend to be my friends. But you can imagine if we come down to junctions in a great long string like this, we're going to be about as popular as a rattlesnake in a lucky dip. So here's how you do it. Remember that we're going to leave the junction in the same order that we arrive. We come down in the staggered position and we park in a block of 4, with the 2 bikes 1 and 3 to the offside, 2 and 4 to the near side, and you can see that 2 and 4 have just parked slightly back, and by doing this we all keep good view and we can see what's going on. Once the road's clear and if it's safe to do so, we can leave as a block of 4, and once we're out on the main road again we can just resume that staggered position and away we go in perfect safety. Watch my position at the beginning of this next clip. It looks like I'm lagging behind, but whereas we've said that bike 1 controls the speed of our ride, the back marker, which is me in this case on bike 4, controls the speed of any traffic coming up behind us. With We've got following traffic and you can see this vehicle leaving the main road. So from way back, I just reduce speed, drop back off the group a little bit to control the speed of the vehicles behind us, gradually down to a position safely behind us. I can then retake my position in the stagger. Once the road's clear, as it is now, we can accelerate back up again together. You can see as the speed comes up, so does the gap between us. All done in perfect safety and without offending anybody. I'm going to show you this several times during the course of this video, but here's Bike 4 in action again. The staggered position shows me the view of the cyclist coming down to a blind left-hand bend. I immediately slow down, which slows the following traffic down, and then move out so that they've got a view down the near side and they can see the cyclist. As you can see, win-win, everybody's safe. And it's tea and medals again for Bike 4 in this clip. This is a 60-mile-an-hour road and we're going to turn right. I reduce my speed, I've got following traffic, so not by masses but enough to keep us safe. Just hold the traffic back just a touch. I can see that the road ahead is clear for me to turn right, so a little bit of acceleration creates a safety margin between me and the following traffic, and then allows me to turn right, everyone in perfect safety again, absolutely no fuss and dramas, we're done and dusted and gone. Here's Bike 4 again, controlling the speed of following traffic. The stagger shows me an obstruction that we may have to stop for, so immediately I start to reduce speed. I bring the bike out to a safety position so they can't overtake, and just gently bring the speed down. This position also allows me to see past the obstruction, and I can clear that there's no oncoming traffic. I'll check the mirrors and move out, not too far away from the obstructions. I don't want people trying to overtake me down the inside, but so that they can see what's going on. My speed's low, I can pass the obstruction in perfect safety and then catch up the group again. The rider of Bike 1 makes the decision when we come out of a junction and we join another road. So, although we can't sit and faff around all day, hopefully he'll make life easy for us by picking a decent gap that we can all get out on. If we can't, what happens then? How do we stay together? Well, it's easy. If you're part of the group, you keep an eye on the guy behind you. If he's not there, then you slow down. Once you slow down, the guy ahead of you should be seeing that you're slowing down, he'll slow down too. The whole group slows down just by a few miles an hour, it doesn't have to be much, and that gives the time for the tail enders to catch back up and rejoin the group. It's easy, isn't it? We've talked a bit about the order of bikes and riders on a group ride and how it makes sense to have your smaller bikes at the front. On this next clip, we're going to join a 60-mile-an-hour road. The big yellow dial on my dashboard is the rev counter. Keep your eye on it and you'll see how effortlessly a big, powerful bike stays with the group. You can imagine somebody on a smaller bike would definitely struggle, they'd be a long way back by now, and the last thing you want is a novice rider in 3 figures desperately trying to catch up with the group to stay together. If you're new to group riding, remember that safety is paramount. On the open road, the following distances are going to be the same, a yard for every mile an hour that you're travelling. All the system does is allow you to keep much better view, and obviously in turn gives you much better safety. Bear in mind when you start doing this that things happen fast on a motorcycle. Even a fairly modest bike will outbrake and out-accelerate most other road vehicles. This adds a whole new dimension. You need to be really on the ball, knowing what's going on both in front and behind you at all times. The last thing you want to do is ruin your day by having an accident, especially with your friends. And here's my last simple tip for staying together. Let's say you've got split up overtaking cars. The group I'm in, we're going to turn right in a minute, and I'm the last bike in that group. The guy that should be behind me isn't inside, so as we turn off, the others keep going, the last bike in the group does this. big wide junction mouth here, so I pick a safe place and I can pull in and stop just over here, but so that I'm in sight of traffic on the main road. The next bike that comes along, as soon as he sees me, he gives me a headlight flash to say, yes, I've seen you, and then I power up and get out of his way. It's easy, isn't it? If the guy that's meant to be behind you isn't in view, you just wait for him on the junction, and so on back down the line. The guys ahead of you will just roll off slightly. If it's safe to do it, it'll give you a chance to catch up. And that's pretty much it, really. You'll find that you can apply this system to all sorts of roads and all sorts of situations. If you're new to group riding, I hope you enjoy it, and if you've been doing it for a while, I hope you've learned something too. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay safe.